Hi, I'm Sam Schaefer, owner of Titanium Archery Products. I want to give you some insight real quick here into the RPG-2 stabilizer system. This is an offshoot of the original RPG bars that we launched last year. If you're familiar with our products, you may recall that we had those out. They were intended to be used with the bridge lock system on Matthews bows. Through a number of circumstances that occurred, we have ceased production of those, and we now have a new stabilizer which incorporates the same body design, but it is not compatible with bridge lock in any way. So what we do have is a really unique system. I designed a titanium alloy collar that goes over top of this portion of the bar. There's a rounded material under here. I'll show you what that looks like. So we loosen these 3 set screws, which, by the way, you don't have to use all 3. In practice, maybe 1 or 2 is really all you need just to lock down that collar. That comes off. The reason for that, of course, is you can't control on a bow where it will come to rest if you have fixed threading. And because of the design of these, the way they're shaped, you're going to need to get the stabilizer to orient vertically, probably more so like this. And that can't be regulated if we have a fixed thread. So you need to have an adjustable collar. So that's what I designed. Works really well, holds really nice. So I'll tighten just 2 of those there for now. And it comes with a quick disconnect pin in the bundle package. We have a front bar, which also includes the quick disconnect pin. You can see that right there. So let's talk about the sizes that are available in these new stabilizers. We have what you're looking at right here, which is a 13-inch bar. We have the 9-inch bar, which is really your side stabilizer size, or in some cases, people would use that for a front bar. So when you buy a bundle package, you're going to get a front bar that includes 2 ounces of weight mounted on it. You're going to get a side bar with 4 ounces of weight. Right out of the package, you have a really pretty ideal orientation to run with, to shoot right out of the package. It includes a quick disconnect mount right here. It includes the side stabilizer mount, which has its own quick disconnect built into it. So you're getting everything you'll need to shoot a really advanced system completely right out of the package. I want to talk real quick about the lengths. So they're listed as 9, 11, 13, 15, but it's important to note that those lengths are not actually the full true length when you measure to include the weights. So if you were to go from the front of this quick disconnect right here and measure out to the end of these weights, you're going to actually have 13 and 5/16. If you were to measure from the back of the quick disconnect where it meets the riser to the front of these weights, you're actually going to end up with 14 and 5/8, because you're adding a full 1 and 5/16 inch with the quick disconnect. So these are important figures. These are important calculations for people to make, especially when they're shooting in a certain class of 3D. They may need to stay under a length. Every weight that you add on of our weight stacks adds 2/10 of an inch. So in this case, you've added about 4/10 of an inch above that original 9 and 5/16 from here to the end of the second weight. Again, just for your information, just for calculation for lengths, you also want to factor that in, of course, on the total weight. You know, we have weights published on the website, but that's only to include 2 of these weights. So if you're not going to have maybe 4, 5, 6, you want to factor in those additional weights in your total weight calculation for your system. So it's ready to go. These are a great product. Taparchery.com. Everything's there. It's pretty easy to select the bundle and the sizes. Oh, last thing. As with our other bundles, these are discounted as compared to purchasing them individually. If you were to piece out all of these items, they would be 20% more than what you're paying here in the bundle. That's really important as well. So thanks again for your time. Appreciate the support. This is a good product, a great system, shoots extraordinarily well. Taparchery.com.